Q&A session, James and Tammy. Where are we going, Tammy?
Back to our old home place.
That's right, we are. Travelling an hour and a half to our place. We've got dogs in the back here, snorting. Alright, my spot, my rule says funny. We're talking about Denali. I put a video up of Denali, our full fluffy dog. It says funny, they are way more expensive. I really don't like how they look. I like the regular ones, but it's about taste. That's exactly right. So,
That's right. I feel.
yeah, exactly.
Everybody's eye feels different.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if you
Don't hurt our feelings.
no, not at all. No, and I mean, chime in on this if you want to. That's not a problem. I mean, and I especially like it when somebody, you know, respectfully says, you know, what they're thinking, because you know it's open to discussion that way, as opposed to another one that I'll give you here in a moment. But you're absolutely right. If you don't like it, absolutely, then you know, go with something different. Somebody says, can we see Simba on a pole? I think I've got videos of those, but I'll check. Somebody here says, what a crap video, missing so much info. What an amateur. So there we go. There's one there. There's Shane McCoy. So there's an example, Shane McCoy. If you don't like it, say what you think is missing. Be helpful to other people. Just to say that it's crap, it's not useful to other people, and not useful.
Why is it crap?
Yeah, it may well be crap. Maybe I am missing something, and I certainly would like to include anything I'm missing. So, you know, be respectful. Give us what we're doing wrong, and we will certainly, you know, make it better next time, or explain why we think that we got it right. There we go. Susan always looks at my stuff. She says Denali's beautiful. Thank you, Susan. I think she's used Susan. I think, yeah, my cars are in there.
Yeah, I wished.
Yeah, no. Cosane Medale says, what is the best result for progesterone before studs session? So specifically they made a reference to our Fine Care 1 machine. On that machine we like to start doing inseminations at 17, and we like to check again 2 days later to do a second insemination and make sure the number's gone up above 22. If you're talking about an IDEX machine, 15, make sure the number's about 20 when you're finished. Do you have any Merle fluffy studs, or are you thinking about getting one? Share a shilling. So the answer is we do not have a Merle fluffy stud, and I'm sure at some point we will have a Merle fluffy stud. Right now we have what have we got for fluffy studs? We've got Denali, who's a blue and tan fluffy stud. We've got
carries cocoa, carries cream.
Wolfie,
and we got Wolfie,
who's a blue
testable chocolate,
blue
carries blue, and he is
he's a blue sable, carries blue 10 points and cream.
And testable chocolate.
Yes.
Okay, and then we have our future.
We've got
Love My Buble, and then we also have, and he's our platinum full fluffy boy, small, short, and cobby. Then we have
Johnny Cash.
He's our black AA, carries blue, carries cocoa.
Yep.
Thick coat. It's like a triple coat.
Oh, he looks like a woolly bear.
He does. He looks like a little black bear.
Yep. Then we've got Rango,
he is our fluffy carrier.
He's a lilac and tan carries cream.
Fluffy
carrier. Yeah. He's a really pretty dog.
Yeah.
So, but the answer is, to answer your question,
There's more to come.
In one answer, no. But will we get one? Probably.
Yes.
So, you know, we're going back to the first person who said that they don't like the fluffies. There's lots of people who do, and so for that reason, we've got quite a few fluffy options for you. I have a chocolate fawn female carrying tan, cream, blue, pie, and testable chocolate. What should I be pricing around? Okay, so she's a chocolate fawn. So she's a chocolate fawn. She's going to be she's a cocoa dog. She's going to be AYAY. She carries a copy of testable, so she's big B little b. She carries cream, so she's big E little e. She carries blue, she's little d, big D little e. Carries pied, and she doesn't carry brindle. We know that because she's a fawn.
Yeah.
So, what do you think? I'm going to come up with a number in what I think that dog should go for. I'm going to put it here in my hands here, and then you go tell me what do you think the number is. What do you think that dog sell for?
Testable chocolate fawn, carries blue. Did she carry cream?
Yep.
Now I'm always higher.
What do you think?
I'd say anywhere from 10 to 12.
Again, I said 7.
Okay.
So we're in the right kind of range. I mean, so the answer here, it does make a difference who's selling the dog. We don't know anything about the structure of the dog. Don't know anything about the parentage. You know, there's lots of other questions that we don't know about here. But look, you know, you've got a price range there. It's a pretty big one, 7 to 12,000. So there you go. So somebody's asking about Denali and how much stud fee is. I don't talk about stud fees here, but if you go to our website, www.lovemypups.com, all the prices are there, including more videos. Dan Green says, I want to be able to produce several litters a year. Should I start off with one female dog, wait a year, 2 cycles to produce a litter, then keep a female puppy from her litter, then wait another year, 2 cycles to breed her, and keep a female?
Start out that way.
Or would you suggest I just buy 2 or 3 females from the start? That way I don't have to keep waiting years to produce puppies.
I'd buy 2 at the beginning.
And wait for them
to
be able to produce. Well, let me finish it. And wait for them to be able to produce multiple litters at once. I have a 5-month male female. All right, so all right, let's Tammy and I talk about that because we've got slightly different opinions about this. So the first thing is if you've got a puppy, when can you have the first litter? Because we're talking about the money side of this here. We're talking about the production of females. Your intention is presumably to sell them. That's why you're doing this. It's not because you want to have 30 Frenchies running around your house. Maybe you do, but I think that's not the case here. So this is.
Please don't.
So yeah, well, I mean, you know, if you've got lots of property and you've got a place to look after them, I mean, maybe you can do that. But I mean, it does sound a bit crazy, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
All right, so the first thing is, when can you expect to start getting your first puppies? So the answer is, dog needs to be a year old at least, preferably second heat cycle, before you start doing anything. So most dogs, they're going to be, you know, they probably had their first heat cycle when they're 8 to 10 months old, and then they're going to come back in again at about another 14 to 16 months old. So you breed that dog, it's going to be 2 months before you have puppies, another 2 months, at least all those puppies go home. It's 2 years down the road. Your first income's coming in 2 years. So then if you kept one of those girls, it's going to be at a year plus before that girl makes anything. So now you're year 3, and you've got to get the dog bred and have puppies. You're year 3.5. So it's just really a question of you know, how much money you want to invest in this and how quickly you want to get to the point where you're producing 2 or 3 litters a year. Remember that a single dog can potentially produce 2 litters a year. I don't think it's going to do that consistently, but a dog can produce 3 litters in 2 years quite successfully. That's not out of the question at all. So you know, you don't. This is another whole question about how frequently can you breed a dog, and the simple answer to this is, if the previous litter was successful, she looked good on the inside. If you did a C-section, she bounced back, she was nice with her puppies, you enjoyed the process, breed her again on the next cycle. So you don't have to wait necessarily years to do another breeding. But my recommendation, and see if Tammy agrees with this, my recommendation would be, start with one dog, have a litter, and see if you like it. I wouldn't go buy 2 or 3 dogs before you've had your first litter. Make sure it's a fit for you, right? It's not for everybody. Now, everything looks easy to do it. Now, you can have...
I think you answered this just the other day.
Well, I probably did, but you know, I mean, I see people who buy a dog, and they're going to have a litter, and then they decide, no, I'm not doing that again. So that's fine. Maybe that dog goes to a different home, and maybe they keep that dog because it's a great pet, and they want to have that dog as a member of the family. But the point here is, I wouldn't get too entrenched in this. Start buying lots of dogs before you've had your first litter, and make sure that you know the process. You're successful at marketing whatever you're producing. You have fun with it, and you have happy, healthy babies and mum. So start there. And certainly, I would not be advocating somebody buying necessarily a male and a female right off the bat. The male part of this is a whole different part of the whole thing. I would start off with going outside for your stud services, and start off with a single female to start with, and get to the point where maybe you've got, you know, 2 or 3 females before you even think about having a stud. But I've done a whole video on that, and you can go look at that and see why I say that. So, all right, I think that's enough of this. 10 minutes worth. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Watching the video. I really appreciate people who subscribe to me. It helps me, encourage me to do more of these videos. But do remember, disclaimer here, I am not a vet. I'm not a licensed medical professional. I'm purely a person who's been breeding dogs for the last couple of decades. Any information that you got from this video, use at your own risk. There's nothing implied here, and certainly this should not be used as a substitute for advice from your veterinarian or your medical professional. I hope you enjoyed the video. Come back for more of them. Bye.